Hey folks, Josh Green here. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm going to be covering a lot of things in this one. We just came back from Anime USA. We go to that one every year. It's in Crystal City, Virginia. It's definitely one of the more conventions I look forward to going to. But this year there was a lot more downtime than I was used to. I found myself getting bored throughout the majority of the convention, but at the same time I wasn't utilizing the schedule to the best of my ability and stuff. I mean, there was always panels and masquerades and various different contests that were going on that I just didn't utilize to my advantage to accurately spend my time. So most of the time, if I wasn't dealing with some kind of a tournament or a photo shoot or anything like that, I was usually just kind of walking around mingling with people. Saturday morning, I was a judge for the dance-off. Normally I was the team captain, but now that the Pirate versus Ninja theme is over with, they've moved on to anime versus video games, and they had their first showdown this past weekend, and I was privileged enough to be a judge for that performance. And big shout outs to Team Video Games for winning the dance off, and hopefully at Katsucon Team Anime will have a better shot. This weekend was also the first Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 tournament that has come out. Since the game only came out this past Tuesday, all of us fighters have only had a little bit of time to basically replay the game, because they've made enough significant changes in the game that a lot of us have to rethink our strategy and figure out which characters are worth taking the time to learn. Unfortunately, didn't pan out too well for me. I won my first round, but second round I got eliminated. I got put up against somebody that I had fought earlier in the day, and we kind of fought ourselves to a stalemate until he pulled out his main team, which I believe was Trish, Amaterasu, and Virgil, I think it was. Two characters from Devil May Cry, and then one of the people from Okami. I don't fight many Trishes, so he whooped the crap out of me on the second fight. So it was single elimination, so you lose once and you're out. So I won one and then I lost one. Not the best I could have done, but it was certainly not the worst. I mean, at least I won the first round. The rest of my time, like I said, I was mingling around, talking to people and all that type of stuff, and usually I was waiting until nighttime and for the open mic sessions. As most of y'all know, I am an avid singer. I love doing the karaoke tournaments and all that stuff. So Friday and Saturday they had open mic sessions where I got up there a couple times and performed for people. Saturday had the best highlight, where after I got done singing, somebody actually came up and proposed to me, and that was that was a little interesting. Saturday night was basically spent helping one of my friends that had a little too much to drink, helping her get herself situated and everything, and there was a wee bit of drama because of that, just because certain people shouldn't stick their nose in things, especially when they only saw part of a much bigger picture. But thankfully that's over and done with, and I don't really have to deal with it anymore, and I certainly know to avoid this person in the future if our paths should ever cross again. The most interesting part of the weekend is the open mic karaoke tournament, where people were actually competing for a prize. They actually held this Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and take it from any performer, that is not a good time to perform. Most of us are worn out from the weekend. The majority of us, our voices were completely shot, if not gone completely. So a lot of us were struggling through the first round of that. And on top of that, we were constantly having sound issues that when my second song rolled around, well, when they announced the top 10, which I was absolutely amazed I made it to the top 10, my second song, I just handed the mic off to them and just moved it into the audience so they could hear me without the microphone, because if I talked into the mic, it was so loud, and the sound guy was just absolutely refusing to tweak anything so it would sound better, that I just handed the mic off and would go into the audience and sing to them there. That way I could still hear what was going on, I could keep the tempo of the song, and everybody was still being entertained, and I guess it's a good thing I did that, because that actually wound up winning me the tournament. And they had a couple prizes and stuff like that. It was nothing huge to brag about. Like, I got a keychain that I immediately I gave that away to somebody. They gave me a CD, which I gave to my friend Tia, and a manga, which is a Japanese comic book, for those of you that aren't aware. I gave that away as well. The only thing I really kept was this right here, which is Blast Rider, the complete series, part 1. Well, if it's the complete series, shouldn't it be the whole thing? But that's neither here or there. I can't argue with a free gift. So, overall, AUSA, it was as fun as I usually expect it to be. A little more downtime than I cared to. But overall, it's a very good convention. I'm glad I go to this one, and I'll certainly keep going back to this one. Got everything in a little bit of a list here. I'm trying to go through this a little snappy, because I want to be able to upload this on YouTube as well as Facebook, so I got to keep it under 15 minutes, because we don't have director's account yet. But we're getting there. Shout-outs for the convention. Scott, Charles, Theo, I was hanging around y'all for the most part, or I'd run into y'all the most at the convention. Scott, obviously, you're my best friend. Do or die, I got your back, you got mine. Always a pleasure to have you with me. Charles, Friday night and Saturday night, I spent the majority of my evening talking to you, especially Saturday night. You helped me keep my head on straight after everything that went on. I really appreciate that, so thank you for doing that for me. Theo, I don't ever really get to see you, and when I did see you at the convention, you were usually busy or too irritated to do anything. So either way, it was good seeing you. I do consider you a friend, and hope you congratulations on your promotion, by the way, and hope to see you again really soon. Afro and Serena, you know I always enjoy y'all's company, and the photos that we took Saturday morning were a lot of fun. So glad I got to see y'all. Definitely gonna look forward to seeing y'all again in a couple months at Katsucon. Demi, I was passing you all the time because you refused to leave your art table, which, I mean, that's commendable. No one else stayed put. You know, I'll be seeing you relatively soon, so good seeing you. There's not really a whole lot to touch on with that. Jason and Damon, the guys that run the dance-off, I love hanging out with you guys. It's always a lot of fun, and what we talked about, I will definitely keep my trap shut about it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where that's going to go. Kiva, Rob, and Will, y'all were the other two people that I would wind up seeing the most. What can I say? It's always a pleasure hanging out with y'all, and y'all always keep me in good spirits and everything, so thank you for that. Kyle, you're one of my closest con friends. Like, we don't really get to see each other outside of a convention, so when I get to see you at a con, it's really good to see you and all that type of stuff. Nikki and Sam, y'all were in the room. Nikki, you know I've already gotten on you about countless times about coming down to hang out with me, being that you only live 5 minutes from the house. But we'll work on that. Sam, this was my first convention actually getting to meet you. You were really fun to hang around with. You definitely take the joking and the flirting around in stride, and you're a very good sport about it. You're welcome to room with me anytime you want. It was definitely good meeting you, and look forward to seeing you again. Tara, I only really got to meet you for a couple of hours, and we went up to that panel, and I went to go to the bathroom, and then I got caught in the drunk friend debacle, which is, I really hope you don't think I disappeared on you because I was, like, bored with you or something like that. I actually had a genuine problem. I wanted to make sure my friend was okay, so I hope you're doing okay, and I hope I get to see you relatively soon as well, because I know you were going through some issues. Stephanie, we definitely, first step was memorable. That's definitely for sure. I certainly thank you for all the praise you gave me for taking care of you on Saturday night. Hopefully at Katsucon we can hang out and have a good old time and all that without me having to make sure that you're not throwing up on yourself. So, yeah. But like I told you before, because we had been chit-chatting all day, what happened when you were drinking does not affect my opinion of you at all. You're still a really cool person, and I look forward to hanging out with you. Nicole, she showed up late and had a couple problems, but overall, I'm glad you came, and you definitely took care of me in the only way that you can. So, thank you. Julia Dow, I'm actually mentioning you because I actually remember seeing you this time. So, you get honorable mention in the video. Congratulations. Makiba and Lewis, we hardly ever get to see each other, and we only speak like once every 3 months. So, I definitely had fun hanging out with y'all and doing the photo shoot and everything, and planking on Scott's back to do the whole Superman picture thing. That was a lot of fun. Stacy, again, don't know what had happened for the past 3 months. I thought you weren't online, but I'm glad I got to see you, and I definitely look forward to seeing you again. Amber, what can I say about Amber that hasn't already been said? I love you to death, girl. I'm glad I got to see you, and I hope I get to see you again very soon. Angel and her fiance, I apologize, your name escapes me at the moment, but definitely congratulations, and I'm looking forward to that invitation when it actually shows up in 2013. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. Things to come. More reviews are on the way, I promise. I know I've slacked off really bad with the whole review thing, but here's why. I currently do not have an adequate video editing program that I would like to have for this program. And on top of that, I still have not acquired an HD PVR. For those of you that don't know what that is, that allows me to record video game or movie footage from the TV over to the laptop in order for me to splice it into the video, so you're not sitting there watching me talk the entire time. You can actually see what it is I'm talking about. So as soon as those, mainly the PVR, as soon as the PVR is actually within my possession, I promise you, more reviews will be on the way. But in the meantime, I will also be doing another video blog called My Road to Evo. I may actually change the title of it to something a little more flashy, but ever since Evolution 2011, where I actually left Otakon early, and it was a good thing I did because I actually got to watch the stream for the rest of the weekend. That will be completely devoted to the progress of my practicing, my training, any tournaments I may be attending, or even just casual meetups at either Strange Matter or Carey Street Cafe or anywhere else that may wind up, even me hosting casuals here. That video log will be totally devoted to fighting games and the fighting game community. I may even splice in some fighting game news and all that stuff and see what's going on. I will also be adding a new thing called the Vaping Corner, where I will focus almost exclusively on electronic cigarettes and apparel and my thoughts and reviews on them, since I don't need to really record anything fancy-wise with the e-cigarette. I can just do it right in front of the computer. That'll be a lot easier to do, so I can actually probably crank those out with relative speed. And on top of that, any special updates, con reports, con wrap-ups, special meetings or gatherings, all of these are on the way, and there's plenty more to come, so just stay tuned. Thanks for watching.